welcome back to another LEGO live stream. Today I will be building the DeLorean. Let me pull this thing up. One second. Okay, one second. There you go. I think it is ready to go, and let's get into it. So here's the set, 2 minifigures, which is nice to see. Yeah, certainly looks like a improvement on the original Kuso one. Yeah, I like this vest piece. It's pretty cool. And yeah. Alright, and the next one, Emmett Brown. Nice torso print on this minifigure. There you go. Cool figure for sure. And alright, let's get into this car build, which I guess probably a bit more of an interior than other Speed Champions sets, just to pack in all the different details that it needs to. It certainly has quite a few more pieces than some other Speed Champions sets, which is certainly nice. It's interesting how the theme for its single cars is the same price points, but certain ones, like I think the F1 Academy car that's coming out is just over like 200 pieces, whereas this one's 357. But yeah. The standard 8-wide chassis piece. In chassis news, I guess Williams is struggling with theirs, at least that's what I understand the issue to be, not participating in the practice. Next week, or the testing next week. Seems like most of this, though, is sort of kind of regular Speed Champions construction, at least so far in the interior. But I guess it's an interesting way for Speed Champions especially with 3 movie cars being so different in their construction, that definitely provides very different building experiences, especially after last year with a wave of, even though each one I did find quite different, the F1 cars having relatively very similar building constructions and techniques. Having this wave of sets with 3 very different ones is very, very interesting, and I'm excited to see how it all turns out. If I can get this this element out after I placed it in the wrong spot. Come on, there we go. Seems like quite a few printed elements compared to a lot of the other Speed Champions sets. There's only 6 stickers, I believe, on the sticker sheet, so not a lot at all compared to the majority of the sets from the theme, especially with the 2 other movie ones, the F1 one having a decently large sticker sheet, and then Lightning McQueen, which had a very large sticker sheet, and I think there are still quite a few details in this set, and assuming they're mostly prints, which is quite nice. I can see a couple so far in this bag. Might have to pick up 2 of these though. I believe you can do the design of the car or functions of the car from both the second movie and the first one, which is kind of interesting and kind of cool. So I might have to do that with the second one, especially with this set in particular, feeling very much worth its price point. I think Speed Champions is still at a point where it feels reasonable, just with their building techniques and how well they do with the theme. I think each set provides a really solid experience, but as they've gotten gradual increases every single wave, it feels like it's getting less and less like that. But with sets like this, it's pretty decent one for both its piece count, 2 minifigures, a lot of printed elements, some nice stuff. Of course, this one really wouldn't need as many stickers as, well, I guess interior wise it probably would, but I think it looks like most of the interior details should be printed, because I think most of the stickers look like they will be exterior ones. Hello. But yeah, this one definitely feels like it got the hood a lot better than that original Kuso one, which I built that, but I really don't remember at all the experience of that one. But I enjoyed that set. But this one feels like a very big improvement on that original minifigure scale version of the build. First of a few printed elements. Oh, that looks like a nice one. I think they really do a nice job with the botanical collection of sets. It's been a little bit since I built one, but they look quite nice. There's one I remember seeing of a picture coming out relatively soon that I think has some like really interesting dual molded pedal pieces that look really cool. Alright, bag 2. With the flux capacitor printed element. That's a nice print. It's actually a really solid print on a transparent element too. I feel like prints on the transparent elements usually aren't that great. That's nice to see. Yeah, I feel like that has to be one of their best recent product lines, with just how well those seem to sell. And I guess with Valentine's Day coming up, they'll be even more popular. That seems to probably be the most popular season for them, so well, that's a nice way to place that. They certainly seem to get the shaping on this one much better than that Kuso version of the set. Which I enjoyed that one. I don't have it built anymore, but I thought that was a nice set when it came out. I certainly enjoyed that one, but I guess there's been quite a few years of advancements in building techniques since that one came out. I did. Thought I'd do that for today. A lot of more details, I guess, going into this, the construction, the back of this, than most others. I guess this one has a bit more interior spaces than the regular Speed Champions car that really just gets the basic seating in there. So I guess I'm seeing where all the extra pieces are going into this set. Yeah, it's kind of, I'm surprised just how few stickers there are and how many prints there are in this set. Like, you get 100 more pieces than the most regular Speed Champion sets, and then you get 2 minifigures, detailed ones at that, pretty nice minifigures, and a bunch of printed elements. This is certainly a nice one. I think Speed Champions is such a great theme since they moved to 8 wide. They've done some really nice one. Oh yeah, that one has a lot of stickers. I love that set, and that is probably my favorite set of the year that I've built, and it might be my favorite set of the year. Just, I love cars so much. I was so happy with that set. But yeah, it has a ton of stickers, and some like pretty important ones too, like the eyes are a sticker, which you mess that one up, you pretty much screw up the entire set. But at the same time, that not being a print, since it's on a red piece, it probably wouldn't look that great with how poorly they tend to print on red. Yeah. Alright, the seats. to get a Biff minifigure in one of these Back to the Future sets, considering that the 3 that they've made, they've only had a couple characters, at least the larger one has different outfits. But that Dreams vest piece is quite nice, and not having to print that on it, having the extra detail underneath the vest is quite nice on the torso print. So I think this is the first time I've really looked at that vest piece, because I haven't purchased any Dream stuff to get that piece, but I do think I have a couple of the blue one. I got it from a convention, a bag of parts. I don't have the larger one. I think I want to pick it up at some point. And then I guess I can get the full collection or I'll have the full collection of Back to the Future sets. But yeah, I really want those minifigures, so for that I think I'll have to pick it up. But yeah, I ordered this one January 1st, and then it showed up a few weeks later. But yeah, I don't think I've seen it on, well, I did see it on store shelves January 1st when I was at the Lego store. This one certainly seemed to fly off the shelves pretty quick, and when I went in later in the day, it was gone. I think all the 2 other movie sets still had a few copies of them, but this one seemed to go pretty fast. Another printed element. I'm really impressed with just how many printed parts there are so far. Ooh, I haven't seen this part used outside of Speed Champions. It works really well for some wiring, but or not Speed Champions. The F1 mystery boxes from last year used that as the Halo parts, and I don't think I've really seen it used outside. Excited to get that in more colors, because I got a few duplicates of those F1 movie cars, and I decided to just sort of turn them into, use the minifigure heads of different characters and turn them into things. So like I think I made like an X-Wing one and an Imperial one and a Rebel one with the different colorations. So getting new colors of that Halo piece would certainly be useful to continue doing that. I don't think I've really seen this 3-wide cheese slope element that much, if at all. That's a really nice one. Definitely helps get the shape in larger than two spots. That's a nice element. Quite useful too. I guess they keep increasing the size. They've got 1, 2, and 3. Excited for the 4 or even 6, because that would be really useful. Because it always sort of, it's never looked great when you've used cheese slopes, and then you've got slight gaps between them. So the larger they get, it'll certainly help. That's a really nice and useful element. I love how it lines up with the side of the build too. I think Speed Champions has some of the best best building experiences of any theme. I think they do a really good job with all their sets. I need to pick up some of the more recent, just regular non-movie or F1 cars that they've done, because I haven't really picked up a ton of those, because apart from the F1 sets, I really didn't buy too many of last year's Speed Champions products. Alright, some more printed elements on the cheese slopes. I feel like this is a much quicker building experience than most Speed Champion sets, with the limited amount of stickers that are included in it. That lines up quite nice. It's crazy how well or how much they've improved when it comes to shaping on stuff like this. Like that, the original one is cool, but this one is just, it's so much better. Just the shaping of it. But that, I felt like that one was quite poor, because the Ecto-1 released not that long after the original Kusa one. Like, I think it might have been a year after, and that one gets the shaping a lot better. So I don't know why they sort of struggled as much with, I guess there just weren't as many large elements to get it done. Alright, sticker number 4. It's probably good that there aren't too many light bluish gray stickers, because those, actually these ones don't look as bad. Maybe they have slightly improved it, because I know those weren't too great for a while and really affected a few things. The gray stickers, like that Ahsoka set, that's just that gray plate, those stickers look terrible on it just because of the color not matching. I feel like there are a few other instances with some Star Wars sets where the gray stickers weren't looking too good, but these ones look like they match the piece a little bit better, so maybe they've improved that a little bit, which would certainly be nice to see. Alright, bag 4. I think the Lightning McQueen set had all paper bags when I built that one. I was sort of expecting it with this one. I think the Creel House did. I don't think the Ninjago or the Marvel one did. So I guess it's slowly coming out as they continue to do with that. Yeah, they're really quite nice figures. Like, I guess light printing would be nice. I guess it's not really needed as much on Doc, but like some jeans prints for Marty, like the leg print that he's got in the large set is just so cool, with the side leg printing, with the Nikes printed on the side of it. I don't know, I doubt it's the actual branding on it, because I don't think they had that license at the time. I guess if that set came out now, they could probably actually have it printed on the minifigure with all the Nike products. But yeah, they look like nice figures. I really like that vest piece. I think that's the thing I like the most. I think I'm gonna go with just the Back to the Future one drivable version of it. I think is what I'll do. I think I might have to buy 2 of this set and build both versions. Oh, I was talking about the 4-wide one, and that exists too. Cool. This is a lovely piece. That's going to be really, like, that's a very useful element. Like, I feel like they've done a good job, especially with Speed Champions. Speed Champions continues to introduce new sloped elements for their sets that they do such a good job with new elements. And useful slopes too. But that 4-wide one, like previously, you'd have little gaps between it with single cheese slopes. So the having the 4-wide one and the 3-wide one is certainly very nice. Alright, the steering wheel now, and after that, the different dates. That's a nice print. Do you get 2 of them so that you have like a 2015 one in there? No, I guess not. So I guess you can sort of convert it. You can convert the exterior, and I guess not so much the interior. I don't know. All right, the next sticker number 5 for a little bit more interior detailing. Nice. These relatively new as well. 2x6 tiles are quite useful, especially for Speed Champions. They've been really nice for capturing the outside of many cars without just minimizing the gaps, so that you can have one large sticker going across instead of 2 2x3 tiles and splitting the sticker up. Having just one element that covers the entire space is quite nice. I love this 4-wide cheese slope. It might be one of my favorite new Lego elements I've seen. It's just so useful. I want to see 4-wide cheese slopes incorporated into all Lego sets now. I just like them so much. And even if they don't really need them, I just want them to throw in a couple 4-wide cheese slopes. They're wonderful. If they do a 6-wide one, that would just be so nice. I guess that's the next protocol. Alright, building up, I guess, the front and the hood area, which certainly seems a whole lot better than that original one. I have not, no. Some 1x shaping on the side too is quite nice. Very impressed with the shaping that they've captured with this set. And long plates, and it's on to the final bag. The windshield. Yeah. Pretty nice print. That gray. It's pretty good. I think they've improved that. Oh, that's certainly would be interesting to read into. All right. The one thing, I guess, with the paper bags that is a little bit frustrating at times is trying to make sure that all the elements are actually out of the bag. They seem to stick a little bit more than the plastic ones do, and of course in that case you can also just see all the elements inside of it. But I don't think I've had too many cases where I've had printed or left pieces in those paper bags. That shaping is certainly so much better. All right, and we've got all the sizes of cheese slopes in this set now. Getting these the 2 wide ones in here, and there were a few of the single stud cheese slopes earlier on. That's nice. Very nice elements. I'm impressed with the print on the windshield. It feels like it matches the gray a lot better than some previous times that they've. All right, there's the 2 different license plates. Both quite nice. I do like that orange one though, even though I guess one of my favorite shots in the all of the movies is that license plate rolling around or spinning around for a couple seconds until it falls to the ground with that original license plate. But I've always thought that orange one really stood out and looked quite nice. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get a second copy of this set to build both versions, and I guess need build up a little bit of a base for the other one to fly a little bit. Yeah, they've done a very good job with the shaping here. Quite impressed with it. Also, just all the printed elements. This one is certainly giving Lightning McQueen a run for its money. There's some very nice building in this set, and I think the final product's going to be really nice. Speed Champions is once again putting out some really nice stuff. There's some nice stuff from January this year. I thought the Creole House was really nice. And then Lightning McQueen and this DeLorean is quite impressive. Quite nice. Ooh, the 3-1, 3 wide cheese slope in black instead of the light bluish gray. I feel like January tends to be a release where there's not a ton of, I feel like all the sort of best stuff usually comes out later in the year. But there's some really good stuff that I think is going to have to be considered for some of the best stuff of the year. Really nice prints there. Yeah, certainly I'll have to check it out. Seems interesting. Read. Alright. A few more prints. If I can actually build it correctly and not do it in the wrong direction, that would certainly help the process. I guess with a lot of the printed elements, they get repeated multiple times, so even though there are a ton of prints, there's not that many just one-off prints, which I guess makes it a lot easier and a lot easier to justify making the part a print instead of a sticker when you use 4, 2, or 4, or even more of just one print. It's quite easy to justify making the elements a print. Alright, now time to get some of these bendy elements throughout the build. That's a fun way to do it, to get some very nice detailing across in the set. Certainly, it's quite nice. I like that. Alright. There we go. Some more prints. Quite a few prints in this particular bag of the set, and I guess some one-off ones too, with the Mr. Fusion one and the 2 license plates. Some sand green. Interesting color. I'm really happy they updated this set, because it's just the shaping on this particular version of it is just so much improved from that Kuso one. It's impressive. The advancements in building techniques. feel like quite a few themes could learn a few things from Speed Champions on how to make some really nice nice sets, because they certainly seem to continue to do it year after year. Oh, and since one of the prints was on a 1x1, we get an extra one. Alright, so I just continue on from here to build the regular, or the first movies version of the car. I'm really impressed with the detailing on the back of it. This one is certainly getting close to beating out the Lightning McQueen set, which I was already considering Lightning McQueen to be one of my favorite Lego sets I'd ever built, and this one is impressing me quite a bit. So I kind of like the I like the texturing that sort of adds to it, and I quite like the addition of that, and the look of that. They're nice nice elements. The dual molded tires and wheels are nice. Those certainly quite nice. The rim print looks nice as well. And I think with that, the set is pretty much done. Yep. And then it would just be these, I guess I'll put these additional elements to the side. That's a nice print. The fact that there's two prints in this set and they're not, you don't even use them on regular or one version of the car, like you have to just not use a couple prints, is kind of crazy that they're not stickers, the just additional elements. So that's quite simple to transform that. How does that connect to it? Oh, I see. They did a good job designing that, so that's very easy to do. Nice. Okay, the additional parts. This is a very solid Speed Champion set. I think I want to get another one to. I guess the only disappointing thing would be that. Well, I guess I could just go and buy the big one, so that I'd have the correct dock for the 2015 version of the car, but the shaping on this thing is just so well done. Oh, pop that off. I'll get that back. I guess that's one part of it. You can sort of knock it out of there relatively easily. And that's sort of one element that I guess this definitely feels like more of a display set than it does a play set. Like there's a lot of elements that aren't necessarily as sturdy as certain play sets would have them be. which definitely adds to the overall design of it. Yeah, I guess the only thing is that you've got a bit of a gap there around the windshield and the hood of the car. I guess that's the one thing that design-wise I feel like they didn't perfect. But with all the other stuff included in this and all the prints, this is a very solid Speed Champion set. I love this vest piece. It's certainly certainly quite nice. Oh, cool. So there's two versions of Doc's face print, one with the bandages and one without. I didn't notice that before. That's cool. And okay, so the Marty face print is just sort of a regular. I think that's the one they use for Han Solo at this point, maybe younger Han Solo. But yeah, I've seen that face print around quite a bit. But yeah, it's a very nice set. I love the back of the box too, with the ending of the first movie, and I guess also the beginning of the second one. That's cool. All right, I don't know where or how if I like this one more than Lightning McQueen, which I didn't think could happen, but I am really impressed with how well this one is built. I also love the license plate on the back of it, and the shaping of it too. The more I look at it, the more I like this set. Like I think I'm more impressed by when they're able to capture really good shaping on a model of this size than I am on something like the big one, where I sort of almost expect it. Like I expect that they pretty much perfect the shaping, but then when they're able to achieve it at this scale, I'm even more impressed. So yeah, this is a really good set. But yeah, this is a nice one. I love the license plate. How much is that bigger one? I kind of want to build the big one. Well, I want those minifigures too. Let me see. Lego. 2, 3 each. $50. Oh, that one's on back order too. And both of them are. That's interesting. Those are some very nice minifigures. The side leg printing on Marty is pretty cool. I wonder how much those figures are going for on Bricklink. What's the set number on this guy? 10300. 10300. Minifigures. How much can I get a dock for so that I can add it to the Back to the Future 2 version of this car? Okay, he's not that expensive. He's like 25. Okay, I can get one for $25. Cool. Okay, that's... Well, my second version of this set will be $35 for it, and then I'll buy a $25 minifigure to go with it. I'm assuming Marty's the more expensive one of the... Okay. I was thinking with that side leg printing, I was definitely thinking that those minifigures were going to be more expensive than they actually are. Interesting. I thought they were gonna be a bit more. But yeah, I was also surprised when I looked up the original Kuso one, and I think it's around like $120. I don't know why I was feeling that it was gonna be a little bit more than than that, a sealed version of the set. But yeah, very nice set, wonderful shaping, very nice prints, impressive, very good job to whoever designed this set. Who did design this set? Can I find that out somewhere? Brick set tends to have designers, I think, in their information. Well, I guess there was a dimensions pack as well for Back to the Future, so I guess if I wanted to have everything, I'd have to get that. I guess not. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I I feel like this is as close to a perfect Lego set as you can get, and I'm not like that. I guess like the more I look at it, you can definitely, it's quite visible. But yeah, this is definitely one of the best Lego sets I've built in a while. Like I feel like I've built a lot of things that I'm very happy with the last few years. The Creel house was great. I love the Black Pearl from last year, and then these two Speed Champion sets. I feel like are all sets that I could consider some of the best things that I've built. It's weird when there's themes that I really like Star Wars, that I feel like aren't doing great stuff, but then across the company they're making stuff as good as this. Um, I wish every theme could be as good as some of the stuff they do in Speed Champions. Most of the stuff, actually. Even though I must say the recently revealed Audi Formula One car is, it's not, I'm not that pleased with that one. More so, it's just that I wish the front wing had a little bit more shaping to it, because that's, I find, a big characteristic of these new F1 regulations. They didn't really capture that perfectly. It's also kind of impossible to do at this scale, so there's a bit of forgiveness in there. But yeah, this is a wonderful Lego set. I'm surprised that they don't have both Audi and Cadillac coming out this year. I guess it's possible, considering that Cadillac haven't actually revealed their car until the 8th, I think. So I guess until that happens, there definitely won't be any reveals of a Lego version of the car. Yeah, I feel like there might have been some talk of a Lego Cadillac one, but maybe I'm just misremembering. But I hope that that one does come out, because I'd like to have the full 11 car or 11 team grid, even though two of them with the Audi and the Cadillac will have 2026 regulations, and the rest of them will all be in the new, or 2 years ago, their regulations. It's interesting because I was sort of not entirely expecting a Audi one this year. I thought it would be a perfect release to get it out, but I wasn't necessarily expecting it, because I feel like in the past how they've done the F1 cars is that it's a year behind. So to actually have a Lego F1 car that is accurate to the current design and regulations of that year's season is kind of cool. So I hope that's the same case with Cadillac, because I'd like to get that one. I'd also like to have actual driver minifigures in it, because I'd like to get Valtteri Bottas for Cadillac. That would be, I quite like him. One of my favorite drivers on the grid. So now that he's driving for Cadillac, I'm quite excited to see how they do in the year. All right, I've talked probably too much now, but very good Lego set. Very happy with it. As close to perfect as I've seen most Lego sets get. So yeah. Thank you for watching this stream. Should have another one. I think I'm kind of planning either tomorrow or the day after doing one building the F1 movie car, which also I think has too many figures. So yeah, excited to build that one. I'm assuming that won't be too much of a different building experience than the other ones, but seems still like a cool one. Some nice minifigures, some nice detailing, but yeah, great set. So yeah, and that's about it. So